The riverbank, usually a symphony of rustling leaves and chirping birds, held a different chilling melody that morning. The desperate, muffled splash of a struggle. It wasn't the thrashing of a fish or the playful leap of an otter. This was a silent, sorrowful plea, performed not with a whimper, but with the frantic, rhythmic thump-thump-thump of a small, matted form hitting the muddy bank, then sliding back into the murky water. A scrawny, flea-bitten mongrel, its fur caked with river grime, was caught in the deceptively gentle current, its eyes wide with a terror that spoke louder than any bark. It wasn't just drowning. It was repeatedly trying to nudge something large and dark towards the shore, a lifeless bundle, barely visible beneath the churning surface. Across the desolate stretch of the river path where few ever ventured, walked Leo, a boy of 12 with a quiet gaze and a sleeve that lay flat, empty, where his right arm should have been. His world was often observed rather than participated in, a canvas of subtle movements and unheard whispers. He was on his routine solitary walk, a ritual of peaceful contemplation. But today, the rhythmic thump-thump-thump cut through the usual quiet. His steps faltered, his breath hitched. It wasn't just a sound, it was a resonance, a deep, unsettling vibration that resonated in his chest. A powerful surge of something ancient, something human, compelled him forward. The dog, sensing a presence, a flicker of hope, somehow mustered the strength for one last desperate lunge. It managed to push the dark bundle just far enough for the current to carry it slightly closer to Leo's side of the bank. And then, as if its last ounce of strength had been expended, it stopped struggling. Reaching the edge, he gasped. It wasn't just a bundle of rags. It was a smaller, equally matted puppy, eyes closed, barely breathing, tangled in some discarded fishing net. The mother dog, just resurfacing, coughed weakly, then nudged her lifeless pup with her snout, a silent plea, a desperate question in her weary eyes. Without a second thought, without a shred of hesitation for his own safety, or the difficulty his missing arm presented, Leo plunged into the icy water. The current was stronger than it looked, but his determination was fiercer. With his one arm, he carefully untangled the fishing net from around the tiny puppy, his fingers working with surprising dexterity. He cradled the almost lifeless form, then, with immense effort, pulled himself and the pup back onto the muddy bank. He gently cleared the mud from the pup's nose and mouth. He began to rub its cold body, slowly, patiently, whispering words of encouragement. He even performed tiny chest compressions. Minutes stretched into an eternity. Then a tiny cough, a gasp, a faint whimper. The puppy stirred. Over the next few weeks, Leo became a lifeline. He nursed the mother dog, whom he named Hope, and her tiny survivor, Spark, back to health. The local vet, impressed by Leo's dedication, offered guidance and supplies. Hope, once a skeletal shadow, transformed into a creature of vibrant loyalty, never leaving Leo's side. Spark, growing stronger each day, became a playful ball of fur, chasing after Leo's every step. But the most profound change wasn't in the dogs, it was in Leo. The boy who often felt an invisible barrier between himself and the world found it dissolving. The act of selfless rescue had opened floodgates of connection.